Okay, part two. Sorry, the video cut off. So, anyways, after Captain America, Bucky, and the all the soldiers uh, invading all the Hydra bases, um, which they attack a Hydra train uh, to get to one of the bases, and a fight happens between Hydra soldiers with different guns and weapons, and it's Bucky and Cap, and supposedly Bucky, again, spoilers, Bucky does die, supposedly. But if you know what happens with Bucky, it's, anything's possible. So, anyways, of course, Steve is pissed now. So, god dang it, I'm going after Johann Schmidt, the Red Skull, because I'm gonna kick some ass. Um, for my country and for my friend. So they invade the Hydra main base where Johann Schmidt is. Um, I think they trick him into doing it. Captain America gets captured, and then boom, soldiers hit, and boom, he starts kicking some ass. Action scenes happen. Some really cool stuff with the shield. Um, Couple cute little moments between Peggy and Steve. And then, Red Skull jumps into this giant freaking plane, kind of like the one we saw in the beginning of the movie. Looks like it. And in this plane, he has a bunch of little ships, like one-man planes, attached to giant freaking bombs. Basically, the plane is a bomb that has a pilot. Bunch of Hydra soldiers on board. Steve, beats a bunch of them up. I think one of them gets loose, you know, uh, jumps in there into the bomb labeled New York City. Steve dives out the plane after him, busts into the cockpit, throws the guy out, which is an awesome scene. Yeah, I'm really not doing it justice. Let me take this off. You really need to see it because it's awesome. So, anyways, crashes that little bomb plane back into the big plane. Goes to talk to the Red Skull. Oh, yeah, I missed a complete. I'm sorry, I totally forgot one thing. In the beginning of the movie with Johann Schmidt, he's looking for, and he finds the cube that you saw at the end of Thor, like the power cube, which is the thing from the books, from the comics, and it's at the end of Thor. So he finds this, and that's how he makes all these high-tech weapons that, they're very high-tech guns and stuff like that. So after the final fight between the Red Skull and Captain America, which is awesome too, um, uh, Johann Schmidt. Now the whole movie is picking up this cube with like metal tongs and stuff. And so at the end he picks up the cube because I'm all powerful. I have this, and he like disintegrates. So of course he's probably not dead. They're probably bringing him back for another movie because the cube is mystical, whatever. So anyways, bye bye Red Skull. Steve takes control of the plane, which remember has bombs, dozens of bombs in it. Peggy Carter and the colonel are like, turn the plane around, come back here, and he's like, I can't, uh, I have to, get rid of this. He was over Alaska, I think, so he's like, I need to get rid of this plane. He's in the Arctic wilderness. Um, Tear-jerking moment between him and Peggy over the intercom. Crashes the plane into the ice and snow. Music. You're really feeling for him too, because you know what's happened. You know, if you know the books, anyways, you know what's happening. If you don't know the books, you're sitting there going, "Oh man, what's going on?" Cut to Steve. He's in a bed. He's listening to it's an old hospital room. It looks like. Got the radio playing. Hear a baseball game going. He wakes up. He's got clothes on. Not the Captain America outfit. He's got normal clothes on. He's like, "What's going on?" Nurse comes in. She goes, "Hi, this is we found you're recuperating. You're in the hospital." He goes, "No, I'm not. This game is from 1941." I was at this game. She got this frozen look on his face. He busts through the wall. You can see that it's a fake facility. Runs out into Times Square, modern day Times Square. Think about that. Guy from 1942 runs out in the middle of modern day Times Square. He doesn't know what that. He's looking around like, what the F is going on? Here comes Nick Fury, Sam Jackson. He says, we're trying to ease you into this. You've been asleep for almost 70 years, Cap. End credits. Awesome movie. Such a good movie. You really need to go see it because you really feel for the character, and they take all the silliness and it's there, but it's way under the line, so it's not silly. It's everything's plausible and practical. It's awesome. And then, of course, you stay, like every other Marvel movie lately, stay to after the credits. And in Iron Man 2, Thor, they've all been these little tiny scenes at the end of the credits building up to the Avengers. So cut to that scene. Steve Rogers is in the gym, punching the punching bag. Boom, boom, boom. Big ass punch sends the bag across the room. Nick Fury comes in and he goes, shaping up, warming up for the bad guys. Steve says, it's been a while, You have a mission for me, sir? Nick Fury says, yes I do, Cap. He goes, you're gonna try to put me back into the real world? Trying to put me back in the world? Nick Fury says, trying to save the world. Cut to the teaser trailer for the Avengers. You see Iron Man. You see Tony Stark out of the suit. And you see Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow. You see Loki. Loki's going to be a villain, obviously. You see Thor, and he's in a new getup. He has no sleeves. His armor's different. He looks like the Ultimates book. And if you don't know what the Ultimates are, if you don't read the books, he's bigger. He's badder. His hair's longer. His beard's bigger. He's just massive. Yeah! You see Hawkeye, which is the guy from the bow and arrow in Thor. The guy who had the bow and arrow on Thor. He's in the trailer. You see Mark Ruffalo, who's playing the new Bruce Banner because they couldn't come with some disagreement with Edward Norton. So Mark Ruffalo is playing, and he looks good. He's, they released, if you want, type in the Avengers Thor because they have the what Hulk's gonna look like, but they don't show the Hulk. And it's basically a full-blown teaser trailer. It's probably like 30 seconds for the Avengers, but every geek in the audience was like, yeah! But back to the movie. Great movie, awesome story, great characters. Even characters that are on screen for 5 to 10 minutes, you are invested in these characters. It's directed extremely well. It's directed by the same guy who directed The Rocketeer back in the early 90s. And you can totally tell that because he knows how to do a period movie, he knows how to do a period action movie, he knows how to do a period comic book action movie. And that's why he did it twice. Awesome movie, great cast, couldn't have been cast better. Go see this movie, and I can't wait for the Avengers to come out. And I'm sorry this review was so late, but go see this movie. And if you've already seen it, go see it again. I've seen it twice, and you know what? I'll probably hit up when it goes to the cheap theater because we got a $3 theater here. But after it goes to that theater, after it goes out of the regular theaters, I'll probably go see it again because it's $3 Tuesdays. Awesome movie. I love it. Yeah, I think it's the best one. Iron Man 1, I think this is tied with Iron Man 1 to be my favorite Marvel movie leading up to the Avengers. So, that's my review. Spillo.com, full price. You know what? Yeah, full price movie. Casper2206 is signing off. I will see you guys at the movies.